So, welcome back to Kaiserreich, everyone. German Empire once more. And I've done a couple of minor things in between the episodes. So, that and the fact that I just kind of want to catch everyone up with where things stand from last time in case you've forgotten. We're going to go over a couple of things. First off, in the last episode, we had a couple more members joining the Reichspakt. As you can see from this, Sweden and the Kingdom of Finland joined our alliance because Norway flipped and became communist and joined the Internationale, so that was a thing. The Norwegians are communist now. For Finland, well, Russia announced that they wanted all their stuff back. They wanted their pre-World War I borders again. And that includes wanting Finland as part of Russia again. So, as you might imagine, the Finns were more than a little nervous about that. So they came to Germany basically going, please help, we don't want to be Russia's bitch again. And that's how that all ended up happening. Sorry about that. Just opening up my drink. Anyways, the other major things that happened, well, what are they calling themselves nowadays? That's right, the Belgrade Pact between Iron Guard Romania and Serbia and Greece declared war on Bulgaria. We're sending the Bulgarians supplies at the moment, and I am seriously considering sending them a couple volunteers to see if I can't help reverse this whole situation, but considering Bulgaria is being attacked on 3 fronts, I don't know how viable that is. But the big major thing that happened in the last episode was the fact that the Kingdom of Ukraine is now a thing now, and they are our puppet state. So anyone who wasn't here for that is probably wondering how the actual fuck that happened. So allow me to explain. You see, what ended up happening was that the Ukrainians here, and let's stop these guys from exercising for a second. The Kingdom of Ukraine was previously our ally. They were independent in the Reichspakt, but they were our ally, not our puppet state. But in the last episode, or last stream rather, at the tail end of things, there was a communist uprising in Ukraine that led to them seceding from our alliance, and also becoming communist, as communist takeover kind of implies. So, I decided I did not like that, and went to war with them over it. So we successfully subjugated the Ukrainians. White Ruthenia took a handful of lands off of them. As a result of that, it's like 2 little provinces or something. And we made the Kingdom of Ukraine our puppet state. Those were the major things. Now for the couple of things that I've done in between. I did a bunch of big changes to my construction queue. And started building consumer goods civilian factories rather. I started building civilian factories everywhere in European Germany that I was able to, pretty much. And actually, let's add a few more in Hanover and up in Schleswig-Holstein. I am god-awful at pronouncing these German names. I am so sorry about that. And now I'm going to have to do a massive reduce in priority for all the military factories, because I want the consumer goods ones to be getting produced first, essentially. Because I am deciding to keep all my military factory production in the queue, but I'm doing the consumer goods stuff and the civilian factories first. Why do I keep calling them consumer goods factories? I have played way too much of the Darkest Hour version of Kaiserreich. I keep thinking of, like, consumer goods and stuff. So, yeah. That's probably part of why. Anyways, we are producing about 800 bazillion civilian factories that I'm hopefully going to switch over to being military factories when the war starts. Hopefully the fact that we have Ukraine as our bitch now will help. Now, let's have a look-see around here. I'm considering where to send my 4 volunteers I have sitting here. Honestly, it's between helping out the Union State and helping out the Kingdom of Spain. I think we send them off to the Union State, get a couple more to help out in Spain. So, our German expeditionary force there, they're going to return to the Union State. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but at some point, those particular volunteers just got revoked from America, and I don't know why. Yeah, Rommel, you can go over there with them. And I'll just find 4 random division. Actually, I'll wait until that gets accepted first. Down to 3 speed for now. Just let it tick over a day to get them underway, I think. Yeah, our volunteers are on their way. Now, I'm going to send what I can to the Kingdom of Spain. See if we can't get Spain to survive their war. We can send 4 divisions there. And I might also try to help out Bulgaria, but I'm not sure how much that would actually happen successfully. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll separate out these 2 infantry and 2 cavalry. If I can find that unassigned units button. Then these guys. Need a new name. German. Expeditionary Force 2. Yes, clearly the best name ever. They also need a commander. I thought I gave Rommel to those other guys. Well, Kesselring, you can command these guys. And they, I think, are off to the Kingdom of Spain. Hey, Alfonso, dude. I've got some forces here who would like to help you put down this rebellion you're currently having. Interested? That was a rhetorical question. Of course you're fucking interested. Let's see, carrier fighter and CV naval bomber. We only have interwar carrier fighters for the moment. You're kidding me. They can go at the bottom of the list, but I need to get some better naval bombers. It's on the go at some point. Let's check our research. Working on improved machine tools now. So we got those guys headed out. Now, this army we've got up here in Belgium. I could probably pull up. Let's see here, 24. You guys. I want to find a couple of divisions I can send over to try and help out the Bulgarians. Don't know how successful I'll be at that, but I should at least give it a shot, right? 20 right here. 24. I'll do the same thing. 2 horses, 2 infantry. And we'll unassign them. Assign a commander. I have no idea who you are, but you get this job. And now... Expeditionary Force 3. I am clearly just the best at naming things. Hey, Ferdinand, I got some volunteers for you. Don't know. Okay, Spain will let them join in. Can we send our guys to Bulgaria now? No, we can only send 3 apparently. So, let's detach 1 of our infantry and put them back in that army. Then these 3 can try and keep Bulgaria from being torn to shreds. I give them about 50-50 odds of success, quite honestly. There you go. So I'm going to be fighting in 3 goddamn proxy wars now. Should be fun. Also means that once some of them arrive, I'll be slowing this down like mad. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Though I'm not sure how much help the Union State's really gonna need, because they seem to be doing a decent job of picking up after themselves. After, for whatever reason, our forces were recalled. I suspect that may have had something to do with the fact that we ended up at war with the Ukrainians, but I don't actually have any proof of that. I really do not. Of 16th of November, all our divisions will be arriving on their various front lines. Quite frankly, I'm not sure how much good the Bulgarian ones are going to do. It really depends. But if we can keep Bulgaria from completely collapsing in on itself and just surrendering immediately, that would be awfully nice. It really would. Now, how far along are we? About 2 weeks to go until our next research finishes. And then I can do the thing that I should have done a long goddamn time ago. We can now have a head of military intelligence, and I would like that. Let's see, who do we want here? do we want? Power gain, supply consumption, decryption. I think that we're going to go for the one that will give us decryption and 1% additional research speed. Which may be kind of a dumb idea. But now, we gotta start getting companies in to boost our production and stuff. And get ourselves a theorist. Or I would get a theorist, but apparently Kaiserreich doesn't give you theorists as Germany that boosts your abilities with Blitzkrieg. But Chief of the Army and Chief of the Navy I might like. We have Armored Spearhead is here twice. Let's see, what's the difference between the two? Motorized and mechanized speed, so attack, max speed, and breakthrough. Yeah, those two guys are exactly the same. In fact, we have 3 of the Armored Spearhead guys who are just completely identical. Honestly, whenever I see something like that, you just have a bunch of separate devices you can get who are basically identical, I find myself wishing that there was some way they were a little different. Like, even if it's just a couple of % difference, because one of them was slightly more experienced in one thing and less in another. I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way that you get multiple people with the same field of expertise and their skills are exactly identical. I just never particularly liked that, to be frank. Our divisions have arrived. There's the ones sent off to the Bulgarians. So let's start pushing over there, and I'm dropping us down to 2 speed now, I think. Find the Spanish ones, please. The Spanish ones all arrived at basically the tip of Spain, Malaga, near Gibraltar. That doesn't help me much. Our American divisions. These guys are doing fine over there. So, you head on up. We're gonna be at this for a while, methinks. We most assuredly are. Hawaii has joined the Entente. That's nice. The Russian Empire has declared war on Turkestan. Okay. Turkestan is, as far as I'm concerned, literally in the ass end of nowhere, so I don't honestly care. Under the first African divisions arrive. Under the reforms of our new colonial regime in Africa, African recruits will not simply be placed in colonial policing roles, but provide new divisions for our army in Europe. Extra manpower is welcome given the tense situation in Europe. Excellent. 3 infantry divisions will join us from Mittleafrika, and we get the event Elite African Cavalry arrive. Which gives us a couple more divisions. And I think I'll stick them in. I think I'm going to put those 3 divisions in one of our armies that we pulled guys from for volunteers. Also, the new doctrine national focus is done, So we have some bonuses to researching mobile warfare, aka Blitzkrieg. So, let's see. Reform Mittleafrika. Bypass deepen Polish ties because we already have Poland under our influence. Can't demand the border strip. Not that I'm really bothered by that. Can't do anything with the Romanians at the moment for various reasons. And the oil must flow is not the thing we have access to for reasons. Let's see. Source. What do I want to go for here? One military factory in the eastern Rhineland, or one in Hanover. Would be nice. Let's see. What do I go for my next national focus? That's the thing I gotta pick. List of promises. The Easter Promises. I suppose we could pick that one. Analyze centralization. Democracy in Prussia. No. Fund reforms. Suppose we could, but we're stable enough. I don't have to bother with that sort of thing, honestly. Develop border regions. I might go down the reform Mittleafrika route, but the thing is that at this moment in time, the last one on that list, what it ends with, one currency for Mittleafrika, as it says here, this focus is currently unfinished and as such has no effect, so it's not going to do anything. So I might just avoid that one for the time being, since we're not going to get a whole lot of effect from it. Let's see. Sorry I'm taking so long, guys, but I just am trying to decide what I want to do for a focus from here on out. Let me see. Expand Wilhelmshaven might be nice, because we do need a bigger fleet We do need the ability to produce a larger fleet since we're going to be going up against the Union of Britain, and I recall they have a fairly substantial navy at the start. Not quite as big as the actual Royal Navy, which is in Canadian hands, but still. Let's see here. We have some bonuses for fighters as well. I could get close air support, but I don't think so. I'm gonna go down some more the... Actually, no. What I'm going to do is... Actually, the one of these I want to pick, since those do get me the same thing. Depends on what I want along this route, I suppose. Civilian factories. Yeah. Subsidies for SEMS or crop steel. Or over here. Let's see. I think I'm going for crop steel. It gives me a lot more options to get a ton more civilian and military factories and artillery bonuses and panzer factories. Then we go down and get this great big economic boost. Crop steel it is, and that'll only take 35 days besides. All this talk about infrastructure and helping our citizens is nice, yes, but what about artillery? Tanks? Planes? The world isn't safe, and Frederick Krupp AG has the solutions we need. They've served Germany for generations, and the time has come to call on them again. We'll upgrade Krupp, and this will give us one additional military factory in the eastern Rhineland. Righty.
Angetreten. Suchen Deckung.
Maybe attacking there with our volunteers in Bulgaria ain't such a great idea. Find your way over there and help out where we have troops that are actually attacking. Might be for the best. Of course, we're still busy redeploying our troops over in Spain and America. It's a bit of time till we'll be done with that. I'm gonna be focusing on this whole thing with the proxy wars we're currently fighting for a while, just so you guys know. So there might not be a whole lot of focus on mainland Germany for a good long while. Our guys will be in position soon enough. We can defend there and then attack there. And I'm hoping we can start pushing the enemy back in Bulgaria, but who knows really. Alright, we've got a few divisions in position now. And some more. And we're winning that one. We should be able to repel it. You attack, and we can start making a push against the communists in Spain. Most of that line is holding steady. Our troops in America are still busy redeploying to the front, so it's gonna be a while there. here, though, Bulgaria and Spain are going to be hotbeds of action for quite some time, I do believe. They most certainly are. The Baltic duchies cancelled their lend-lease with us. Please don't tell me this is some sort of precursor to them attempting to secede from the Empire as well. I would not enjoy that. Improved machine tools is done, so a little bit more production efficiency cap. I could get a bunch of conversion speed, but for the moment, I'm more interested, actually, in our land doctrine. So let's do a little bit of research into mobile warfare. Mobile warfare is a focus on speed and maneuver to cut off and disorganize enemy forces. This will give us access to unexpected thrust as the attacker, make our divisions 10% faster, reduce our organization loss when moving by 10%, increase our planning speed by 50%, and give our tanks 20% more breakthrough. Plus, just as a personal thing, whenever I'm playing as Germany, whether it's in Kaiserreich or the vanilla Hearts of Iron 4, and I don't go with Blitzkrieg, or mobile warfare as they call it, I just feel wrong. Something about that strikes me as being not quite right. I don't know what it is. Anyways, we're not going to spend the extra experience to research this faster, nice as that would be. It's not exactly something we're in desperate need to get. Doing okay in Bulgaria. Our forces over in America still have yet to reach the front lines. And it's a rather large front line, so let's hope our bros over in the Union of Britain can hold on and not get their asses kicked before we arrive. Okay. Our Spanish friends here. We can launch an attack now. I wish that Spanish division would join in, but they're not into that whole thing, apparently. And we managed to successfully break their attack on us over here. Let's see if we can't manage a counteroffensive. Perhaps get behind the river and start cutting off some Romanian divisions. After all, this is a bit of a long shot, but I think it's possible. If we can actually get Bulgaria to win this war, then maybe they'll actually join our faction, and we'll have another ally for when it finally comes time to have to make war on the French, because you just know it's going to happen, even if they don't go demanding Alsace and Lorraine. And the thing that I knew was going to happen has happened. The Cairo Pact has declared war on the Ottoman Empire, and I'm not seeing anything here. I thought there was, for some reason I thought there was an option to offer to join their wars. Oh wait, that's in other Paradox games, my bad. Unfortunately, I did not have any option to guarantee the independence of the Ottoman Empire because of the way the guarantee independence system currently works in Kaiserreich, and that you can only guarantee the independence of nations that you're the same ideology of. And just to remind you, our current ideology is authoritarian democrat, whereas the Ottomans are paternal autocrats. And because most people probably don't know what authoritarian rat as an ideology actually is. And we're losing fuel, so enough with the naval exercises, go home. As I was saying, because most people don't actually know what an authoritarian democrat is an ideology, allow me to explain. Authoritarian democrat is basically, from what I can tell, a democracy that just pretends to be democratic. They're actually an autocracy, but they have elections. They just don't always honor the results of those elections. And the head of state can just change the results if he likes. Basically. Rebellion in Yemen. I know it says rebellion in the Yemen, but if I remember correctly, the developers of Kaiserreich, English isn't actually their first language, so there's some grammatical errors sprinkled about here and there. It doesn't bother me too much, and I hope you don't let it bother you too much. But yeah, the Weltkrieg caused tremendous damage to the already struggling Ottoman Empire. Large sections of the Arabian Peninsula were cut off from the Sublime Porte's rule for years due to the successes of the Arab Revolt. All the same, with the peace with honor, the Yemeni Vilayet was to some extent brought back under Ottoman rule, at least in theory. For many years, Yemen has mostly run its own affairs, with the Sultan's gaze fixed firmly on his own domestic troubles. With conflict erupting in the Suez and across the Holy Land, Yemen has once more been cut off from the bulk of the Ottoman army. Taking advantage of this opportunity, combined with precipitable weakness of the Ottoman state, the Imam has publicly declared the creation of a new independent kingdom. Another blow to the Sultan. And yeah, I would have liked to have been able to help out the Ottomans with this, but